More drama in Dolton. Credit card transactions amounting to thousands of dollars.
To see what it looks like to come out of controversy and to come out of all the hatred unscathed.
So, word on the street is Tiffany Henyard's hit rock bottom following her reputation. You couldn't miss the headlines about this lady and the schemes she was pulling as a mayor of Dolton, a village located 22 miles away from Chicago. Now, she's not Diddy or Kim to talk about, but the mess she's created is so huge that it's hard to stay away. According to the recent rumors, the lady's broke as a mouse church, and now to keep living her fancy life, she's allegedly raising $10 million on GoFundMe to get her out of this financial trouble. It's no secret that creditors are coming for her, suing left and right to get their money back, and things ain't looking good for her and the people of Dolton who she'd let down.
There have been increases in general administration spending in nearly every area.
This situation is blowing up, and Tiffany's mountain of debt is now the center of attention. It all began in March 2024 with the revelation that she misused taxpayer money to fund a series of her own personal and pricey expenditures. She was out here acting like the city's bank account was her open checkbook, and she wasn't shy about spending it. Unlike celebrities who blow their own cash, Tiffany was burning through taxpayer money. And folks, they didn't like being treated like dirt. As one of the residents said to her during the meeting, "You lied to us as residents. You do not stand for me, and I want you to step down as mayor today and save our village from this deficit you have caused." Now, Dolton can't even pay its bills. And what's worse, Tiffany's own financial troubles because the people's money she spent on her lavish needs were just a part of that squandering.
It's costing taxpayers a lot of money with few details about how it benefits the communities she serves.
She didn't just stop at draining public funds. Apparently, she also took out some hefty personal loans, and the count is millions, folks. And surprise, surprise, turns out she can't pay them back. Now, she's in some serious trouble and on the brink of getting bankrupt. Word on the street is, while Tiffany was living large, the rest of Dolton was falling apart. The police department's cars are reportedly on the brink of getting repossessed because the town can't pay off its debts. Tiffany was recklessly spending taxpayer money and even allegedly running some shady schemes on the side. One of the biggest was Section 8 housing. You know, the program meant to help low-income families find decent places to live. She allegedly kept collecting Section 8 payments without lifting a finger to make any repairs and blew that all on her trips to Vegas.
So they have no idea why township taxpayers picked up that bill.
It's part of a bigger picture, one that paints Tiffany's time as mayor in a seriously bad light. I'm talking about serious mismanagement, corruption, and simply neglecting her duties as a mayor sworn to make the lives of people of Dolton better. In fact, by walking all over their needs, she was living large, and once caught, people weren't really choosing words to describe the whole mess. She, the mayor, has money to go to Vegas, but not to pay the village's judgments. And that is not right. It is a shame that the residents there have to be victimized by this kind of behavior. Every time someone digs a little deeper into what's been going on in Dolton, they uncover another mess tied to this lady. It's like she completely forgot her job is to take care of the community, not herself. But Tiffany knew better where to allocate the budget.
$40,000 at Amazon. What a slap in the face.
And get what? While all this chaos was bubbling under the surface, Tiffany was still out there acting like everything was cool, making decisions for Dolton like nothing was wrong. Maybe she thought she could keep it all hidden, but it wasn't long before the FBI got involved. Now they're all up in her finances, and what they're finding isn't looking good. The FBI launched a serious criminal investigation into Tiffany's financial doings. They've issued subpoenas for everything, from her personal deals to the town's entire financial history. They're digging deep, and the stuff they're uncovering is explosive.
And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses.
Turns out Tiffany's wild spending spree didn't stop at Vegas vacations. The investigation has proved that she allegedly dipped into taxpayer funds for all sorts of personal luxuries, like high-end trips and a security detail that would make a Hollywood star jealous. It's like she thought being mayor came with an endless supply of cash for her own use. And now she's begging for help. It's no wonder that folks on social media slam her hard for this. As one person commented, she put herself into this mess so she can get herself out of it. How dare her ask people to help her? Nope, I'm not donating 1 cent to her. And another user added, she's got over 300 in income and can't pay her bills. Eh? Now she's begging for money? As for Tiffany, she's taking a serious hit to her public image. Apparently, denying the truth didn't do her any good. But don't think for a second that she's lying low and being swallowed with humility and guilt. Nah, while the town's trying to figure out how to survive, this lady's busy stirring up more trouble and tossing blame at everyone else.
Power grab. That's all it is.
Apparently, all that cash she was throwing around wasn't even hers. She was borrowing money from every direction, and now the creditors are banging on her door. Lawsuits are stacking up like bills she can't pay. But it looks like she cannot stop and admit the defeat, so she's allegedly asking for ordinary folks on the internet to save her sorry A from going bankrupt. As one source said, Mayor Henyard is on an island of lawlessness and is doing what she thinks will benefit her personally and politically, rather than following the law and doing what would benefit the village of Dolton and its residents. And you know the worst part? She allegedly used public property as collateral for her personal loans. Stuff that wasn't even hers to gamble with in the first place. Let's say that once the truth was out, the locals didn't take it lightly.
I wish the FBI is around the corner so they can come and raid this place because all of y'all deserve to go to jail.
Just when you thought she couldn't get any more desperate, Tiffany pulls a move that's got everyone's jaws on the floor. She's out here launching a GoFundMe page. Yep! The same woman who burned through shocking sums of taxpayer money on Amazon banning and other personal needs, and is now begging for donations, apparently trying to save herself from a financial disaster. Looks like that fame and power made her a little reckless, and now, in addition to Dolton facing financial crisis, Tiffany herself is broke. But knowing her thirst for schemes, some people think this is her final effort to stand the public before she disappears for good and spends a few decades on a distant island.
People will always try to stop things they cannot control. That's what it's all about.
Apparently, she's planning something like a vanishing act and needs a hefty sum in her pocket to flee the town, or maybe even the country. Once the investigation revealed her crazy spendings on Amazon and almost $8,000 bill for makeup products in 2023, Tiffany vanished into thin air, probably fearing the consequences of her reckless money squandering. As one trustee said, the last time I received the bank statement was in September of last year, and we were $7 million in debt at that time. Naturally, folks are starting to wonder if there's more going on here than what we're seeing on the surface. Some think this GoFundMe is just her last attempt of playing the sympathy card, hoping to make everyone forget about all the shady stuff she's been involved in. Others believe that Tiffany is financially ruined and is simply that audacious to go and beg for donations on the internet.
Because what she's doing is totally unorthodox.
But here's the thing. The people of Dolton are angry and aren't about to let Tiffany off that easy. They remember every penny that actually belonged to the town and that she spent on her makeup and clothing, and while she's out here trying to get folks to feel sorry for her, the town is still in big crisis created by one person. Yet somehow, in all this mess, Tiffany thinks she's the one who needs financial aid and had the audacity to ask for it. Even after all the chaos she's caused, she's somehow managed to rake in around $115,000 through that GoFundMe. There are still some folks out there buying into her shameless act. However, if you check the social media, there's no sign of support or even pity for the lady. As one person wrote, the fact that she is not in prison yet is just as bad as all the criminal acts she has done. And another user added, how dare she ask those she stole from to bail her out of $10 million debt? The delusion. She belongs in prison, and it's way beyond time. So, despite the mess she created with her own decisions, Tiffany is still hoping to get out of this on the backs of working-class people. Good luck with that girl, because your schemes are now out in the open. And folks, what do you think about the aftermath of this so-called leadership and her attempts to raise funds? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos